Hello students. Now the next topic is force on a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field. So to find out the force on a current carrying conductor, so we have to consider a current carrying conductor, that is PQ, the length of L. So consider here PQ is a current carrying conductor, the length of the conductor is L, and area cross section of that conductor is A, and current flowing in that conductor is I. So magnetic field acting on that conductor will be along the direction Y, so that is B vector, and current element, that is IL vector, along the direction X dash X, since current is flowing from P to Q. Since current is flowing from P to Q, therefore electron will flow from Q to P, just opposite to the direction of the flow of current. So electron having charge minus E, so minus E electrons when flowing in the direction QP, so current will flowing in the direction PQ. So current element IL vector, and the that is velocity of the current element, that is VD vector. These are opposite to each other because electron is moving in QP direction. So velocity, drift velocity VD will be in the direction QP. So these are the opposite vector to each other. Now, if the number of electrons per unit length in the conductor is N, that is small n, so the current, the amount of current flowing in that conductor, that will be equal to I is equal to NEA VD. That is equation number 1. Now to find out the force, so we have to multiply by length of the conductor L in both the sides of the equation number 1. So we'll get IL equal to NEAL VD. That is equation number 2. So we have to write that equation number 2 in vector notation. So in vector form, that is IL vector, that is the current element vector. IL vector will be equal to NEAL VD vector. That is equation number 3. So it is the current element IL that is directed in the direction along X, that is IL vector. It is equal to NEAL VD vector. Now we have to find out how much force is acting on the electron when the electron is moving from Q to P. So according to the formula, if minus E electron having charge minus E electron is moving in the direction of QP and in the perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field B, then the force acting on that electron F vector will be equal to minus E VD cross B vector. So this is the force acting on the one electron, but the number of electrons per unit length in the conductor is N. So the total number of electrons we can find out by multiplication by the volume of that conductor. So the total number of electron in the conductor will be equal to capital N, and that capital N will be equal to the number of electron that is N per unit length and multiplied by the volume, that is area multiplied by length of the conductor, that is N equal to NAL. It is equation number 5. Now we can find out the total force acting on the conductor. So we have to find out here, therefore total force acting on the conductor, that is capital F, it will be equal to the total number of electrons present in the conductor and multiplied by the force F, small f, acting on one electron. So one electron, force acting on one electron multiplied by the total number of electrons, that is equal to the total force acting on the conductor, F equal to N into F. Now we have to put here the value of N from the equation number 5th. So F will be equal to N A L into F vector, and we have to put here the value of F vector from the equation number 4th. So from equation number 4, the total force F will be equal to N A L, and that is minus E of VD cross B. So this is the total amount of force acting on the conductor that is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. So we can write that equation like this: F vector will be equal to minus N E A L V D in one bracket, in the second bracket B cross. So it is N E A L V D vector cross B vector. Therefore we have to replace that first term N E A L V D from the equation number 3rd, that is N E A L V D vector equal to I into L vector, that is current element. So F vector will be equal to I L, current element vector, and multiplied by the magnetic field. So I L cross B vector. So in magnitude we can write the equation F will be equal to B I L sin theta. So it is B I L sin theta. So we can find out how much force is acting when in the case number 1, when theta equal to 90 degree or 180 degree, because sine, the value of sine is 90 and 180, first of all we have to find out the 0 degree and 180 degree. So sine, the value of sine theta in 0 and 180, that is equal to 0. So the value of force in first situation F will be equal to 0, and second situation when theta equal to 90 degree. So the value of force when put here sin theta, that is equal to sin 90 and sin 90 equal to 1. So F will be equal to B I L. So this is the maximum force acting on the conductor if the angle between the force and the magnetic field, that will be equal to 90 degree. It means current element, magnetic field and force both are mutually perpendicular to each other. So if all are mutually perpendicular to each other, so the maximum force will be acting on the conductor. But if the direction for the IL component and that is B component will be equal to 0, maybe 180 degree, then the force will be equal to 0. So this is the article in which we have already discussed here the force on a current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, in the next article we will see in the next video. Okay, thank you. Object.